What is going on, guys? This is Sports back with another live stream, and today we are going to break down some news you may have missed in the sports world for the week of March 8th. Um, Obviously, our second live stream of 2026. We streamed, I believe it was like last weekend or something, but yeah. Without further ado, let's get started, guys. So, NFL, New England Patriots, NFL, LA Rams moves. The Patriots signed KJ Britt, Mike Brown, Kevin Byard, all to 1-year deals, as well as Romeo Doubs to a 4-year deal, Reggie Gilliam to a 3-year deal, Julian Hill to a 3-year deal, Draymond Jones to a 3-year deal, Jesse Luketa to a 1-year deal, Elijah Vera Tucker to a 3-year deal. And I gotta say, I like these arrivals, Elijah Vera Tucker, he's a piece we brought in. He's an offensive guard. He's brought in to protect Drake May, Pretty good stuff. Very versatile from what I've seen. Played college football at USC. And yeah, I feel like, good solid signing from Elliott Wolf especially. Yeah. Jesse Luketa, a linebacker and edge rusher. I think he's going to fill the role of K'Lavon Chaisson. We lost K'Lavon Chaisson in free agency. I think the Patriots saw something in Jesse Luketa. I feel like he's a veteran. He was on the Cardinals last year. I think he played at Auburn, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, pretty good signing. Draymond Jones, another edge rusher. He's been a veteran. Played with Mike Vrabel in Tennessee. So, some familiarity there. It's good. Reggie Gilliam, a fullback, signed a 3-year, $12 million deal with the Patriots. I think this is a good signing. Josh McDaniels likes fullbacks in his system. So, I feel like this is a good signing. I heard some good things about this guy. Hopefully, he can open up holes for our running backs to run through. Julian Hill, a tight end. I think he is a blocking tight end. Someone who pairs well with Hunter Henry, especially with Austin Hooper now gone and free agency went back to the Falcons. I'll get to that later, but pretty good signing, I think. Romeo Doubs, good wide receiver. He much needed wide receiver help, obviously. 4-year, $68 million. He obviously is a weapon for Drake May, especially after the Stephon Diggs release. So yeah. Kevin Byard, all-pro safety, great signing. Was with Mike Vrabel in Tennessee, another guy, and was with the Bears last year. Led the league in interceptions, so pretty good. Mike Brown, another safety, I think, or defensive back, was in Tennessee with Mike Vrabel. Another good signing, KJ Britt. I feel like this is an upgrade, especially after losing Jelani Tavai in free agency. He got released from the Patriots, so, I feel like this was a well-needed upgrade. Then on to the departures for the Patriots. Alex Austin went to the Dolphins for a 1-year deal. Santa Go to a division rival. I feel like Alex Austin paired well with Christian Gonzalez for the couple of years he was here, and was a really great, player, I believe. Garrett Bradbury traded to the Bears. This was interesting, and I'll tell you guys why. Because that means Jared Wilson might need to move to the center position, which makes perfect sense for Elijah Vera Tucker to come in because he's our guard. You know, so I was shocked when I saw this move by the Patriots, but I think it's time. Under 1 year learning from Garrett Bradbury, I think Jared Wilson is ready. He played center in college, and yeah, I feel like this is good. Kayvon Chase on to the Commanders for 1 year deal. This obviously is why we got Jesse Luketa, because Kayvon, I think he decided to leave. And Kayvon had a career high in sacks last year, so we'll have to see him go as well. But yeah, Stephon Diggs released. That's why we got Romeo Doubs to come in and help Drake May, because we obviously need more talent, I believe, at the wide receiver position. Austin Hooper went to the Falcons on a 1 year deal. Good, reliable target for Drake May again, which is why we went down and got Julian Hill. Anthony Jennings got released. I think that was to make room for like Draymond Jones or something. Vadarian Lowe to the 49ers on a 2 year deal. This was interesting. I don't know, not very interesting. I mean, Vadarian Lowe, he kind of like played less and less games last year compared to years prior. Plus, we upgraded at the left tackle position in specific. And because we have Will Campbell and stuff, so yeah. Jelani Javai got released. That was a tough loss, I think. Khyiris Tonga as well. Maybe we can get someone in the draft. He was a pretty good nose tackle for us, but mainly I think he really had the depth to help out, Christian Barmore, Milton Williams, and so on and so forth in the D-line position. But I think we have pretty good D-linemen already, so not too it's not too rough. Then for some LA Rams news, Trent McDuffie got traded. Blockbuster trade for a couple of draft picks. This was big, very good. Very good, move the Rams made. Obviously the quarterbacks, I think, in the NFC are a little hard to face at times, but good they brought in some help, especially in the defensive backfield positions. Jalen Watson, Trent McDuffie's teammate in Kansas City, he came over on a 3 year deal. Another good signing, to help out that defense. Grant Stewart, another defensive player that the Rams picked up on a 2 year deal. And I think this is another good signing. He brings some depth at the linebacker position. Kyer Thomas. I think I would want to say he's like a wide receiver or cornerback. But yeah, add some depth. Joe Cardona, long snapper. And it's funny because I actually like the Patriots, and he was on the Patriots, Joe Cardona, so, pretty reliable long snapper, Very good, actually. He served in the Navy as lieutenant, so, props to him. Cam Curl, he's a cornerback, I think. pretty good move, It's been in the system. Tyler Higbee, offensive piece. Yep, he's been in the system for quite a while. Harrison Mevis, kicker. I think this is a good pickup as well. I think he was on the team last year, I believe. So yeah, Justin Dedich. I don't know how to say that name. I think he's a offensive lineman. Obviously, Matt Stafford was struggling a little bit last year with his protection, so good pickup. Xavier Smith, I think he's a wideout. Good pickup. It gives Matthew Stafford a weapon to throw to, especially after Tutu Atwell went to Miami. David Quessenberry, offensive tackle, gives Matthew Stafford some protection. Roger McCreary, some departures. Roger McCreary going to the Lions on a one-year deal. Kobe Durant, cornerback. This is probably why we picked up, Trent McDuffie or Kyer Thomas. I felt like this was picking up Trent McDuffie in his place was a very good upgrade. Tutu Atwell going to the Dolphins. This was a piece Matthew Stafford lost, unfortunately, which is why we picked up Xavier Smith. All right. Now to major NFL news you guys may have missed. I guess we should start with Max Crosby. Max Crosby, somehow I don't know how, but his trade didn't go through to the Ravens. So very, very strange because I have never seen that before. So he's back on the Raiders, and the Ravens have their draft picks back. So very big news in the sports world. Trey Hendrickson went to the Ravens. I think that was a piece the Ravens needed. So and I think that and that was after the Max Crosby moved back to the Raiders. So the NFC North quarterbacks are going to have a pretty rough year next year, these next couple years. So some pretty big moves that I thought I should say that went down in the NFC North. All right, moving on to baseball. Okay, interesting. All right, so baseball. The World Baseball Classic is on. America is moving on to the World Baseball Classic final. Some eliminations happened as well. Japan got eliminated. Korea got eliminated. Italy went to the next round. I think they're playing tomorrow. So yeah, some World Baseball Classic stuff just to say. All right. Lastly, National Hockey League. There's not really much to report. Obviously, the LA Kings, they're doing okay. They won against Columbus, I believe. Wait, it was against New York on Friday night and lost yesterday. They were in a playoff spot on Saturday and yesterday, but they lost. So they're out of the playoff spot now. So it'll be a rough couple of games down the stretch here as we move into the playoffs. So very interesting. And also just some debuts these past couple days. Obviously, Matthew Joseph of the LA Kings made his debut yesterday, and Carlson from the Ducks, Leo Carlson, John Carlson, I don't know. Carlson from the Ducks, who was traded from Capitals, he made his debut tonight against the Montreal Canadiens. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's live stream. Thank you guys for tuning in to today's stream. Maybe I'll be back next week to break down some major news this upcoming week of March 16th, I believe. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Probably next Sunday. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this stream today. And I will see you guys in the next video or live stream. Have a good one, guys.